Welcome back, travelers! Today, our last day in Cagliari begins with a mission finding the university here in Sardinia. After plenty of walking and climbing what felt like endless stairs, our energy was already running low. Once we caught the bus, it was finally time to explore the city's highlights, including the fascinating archaeological museum. To end the day, we visited a unique art exhibition created by an artist who struggled with mental illness. Was it worth it? Stay until the end to see everything we experienced on our final day in Cagliari. The guy was crazy. Good morning, guys. After 5,000 stairs, we arrived at the university. Because, as you know, I am hunting. We are not ghosts yet. So why are you going in that direction?
Come back.
Yeah, go.
Wait, you are not coming with me? You cannot leave me like this.
We have to find the door. I think that's the door. Yeah.
We have big statues. Opa.
I'm not entering alone. No. Yeah, so the Department of Archaeology, it's not at this university, it's somewhere else, around 22 minutes away. It's near the Botanical Garden. But on our way there, we stopped
A bit to have this wonderful view of the port.
going up again. We found this aloe.
Looks like a huge aloe.
At first, we did believe it's a huge aloe, but it turns out it's an agave flower stalk that blooms only once in its lifetime. In the other side, it was another one even bigger than the one you see better.
Very beautiful here. Park. And very beautiful.
Ow.
So nice. It's a very beautiful park up Cagliari, and there is the Università. There, like 8 minutes there. I just took a break because again I had to climb.
But this one, it's very
Cheeky.
ah.
Yeah.
Ah. I can take them home. Luat toate bucatele. Yesterday, our friend pointed out this ancient Roman road, and today, from the bus, we got a closer look. Believe it or not, people still drive on it today, and to preserve its history, the government has kept the original stone road intact. After going with the bus on the Roman street, we arrived at the
Archaeological museum. Let's go inside.
It was a long way.
Yeah, in this spot you can come by bus 8
Yes.
from Piazza Matteo, and you have in the same place 3 things to visit. Musei Nazionali di Cagliari,
Yeah.
which is the National Museum of Cagliari. You have the palace that way.
Down.
Yeah. And what else? The cathedral.
Yes, Santa Maria. I'm just looking for the.
Right now I'm looking for the ticket office, which I don't see here. I don't have the stick anymore. We entered in the archaeological museum. Some parts are closed. The ticket was 12 euros, 2 euros for the student, and 10 euros for an adult. We are not allowed to touch.
Another sarcophagus, same like we have all over Turkey. 2022. It's bushy dark.
After arriving at the National Archaeological Museum of Cagliari, we were excited to step back thousands of years into Sardinia's fascinating past. Open in its current location in the 1990s, this is the island's most important archaeological museum, bringing together discoveries from every corner of Sardinia. Its collections tell the story of civilizations that lived here long before the Romans arrived. Inside, the journey begins in prehistoric times with tools, pottery, and everyday objects dating back over 7,000 years. But the real highlight is the Nuragic civilization, a culture unique to Sardinia that flourished during the Bronze Age. The museum is home to the famous bronze figurines known as the Bronzetti. These tiny sculptures displayed warriors, priests, hunters, animals, and even ships, giving archaeologists an incredible glimpse into daily life over 3,000 years ago. As you continue through the galleries, you'll also find artifacts from the Phoenicians, Carthaginians, and Romans, showing how Sardinia became an important crossroads in the Mediterranean. Every room reveals another chapter of the island's history, making this museum the perfect place to understand how Sardinia evolved through the centuries before exploring its ancient sites in person. One of the most fascinating things about this museum is that many of the artifacts were discovered here in Sardinia, at ancient villages, tombs, and sacred sites across the island. Seeing these original objects up close really brings history to life and helps you imagine what life was like for the people who lived here thousands of years ago. It's a must visit for anyone curious about Sardinia's incredible past. Telling me
It's leather. This is cloth and this should have been leather. It's a
it's a plastic bag.
yeah okay, but
Yeah.
or shouldn't be leather.
One of the museum's biggest treasures is the collection of the giants of Monte Prama. These mysterious limestone statues were discovered by chance in 1974 when a farmer was working his land in western Sardinia. At first, archaeologists only found broken fragments, but after years of careful restoration, dozens of these impressive statues were brought back to life. Standing over 2 meters tall, they are considered some of the oldest monumental stone statues in the Mediterranean, dating back to around the 8th century BC. They represent warriors, archers, and boxers, each carved with remarkable detail. One of their most distinctive features is their unusual circular eyes, giving them an unforgettable appearance.
Here you
Sardinia.
have
The Norastel, okay, okay. Oh, it's the original one.
but we do see that exactly like another famous alphabet right now, which I'm not gonna say the name. You have letters which together can mean different things. Okay,
Yes.
here they said Sardinia, but again, it on the right, it says that some of the scholars are debating this because the translation is controversial.
I think every translation is controversial.
Yes, because same as with the other alphabet, every letter has a value, numerical value, and altogether they can mean different things.
As we continue exploring the museum, we came across a section dedicated to modern fashion inspired art. While everyone has different tastes, it wasn't really our favorite part. We found ourselves much more drawn to the historical collections that tell the story of Sardinia's past. One of the highlights was the display of traditional Sardinian masks. These masks have been used for centuries during local festivals and carnivals, with each one representing different characters and ancient traditions passed down through generations. Their detailed craftsmanship and mysterious expressions make them truly unforgettable. For us, seeing these authentic cultural artifacts was far more interesting than the modern exhibition because they connect you to the island's history and the people who have lived here for thousands of years. The dress. I don't really understand what's with this design of dresses and stuff. And who is this guy? The Roman necropolis and the century of Bess. I never heard of Bess. Bess. Who is this Bess?
Here, exactly like in the Egyptian graves, you see people buried with a lot of either personal objects, either
Goddess.
or fantastic animals or entities that are supposed to protect or afterlife.
Yes.
It's the same.
This is Bes, an ancient Egyptian god known as the protector of families, children, and mothers. Unlike most Egyptian gods, he was shown facing forward to scare away evil spirits. After exploring Sardinia's ancient history, we made our way to the National Pinacoteca of Cagliari, an art museum located inside the Citadel of Museums. While the archaeological museum tells the story of the island through ancient artifacts, the Pinacoteca reveals its artistic and religious heritage through centuries of paintings and sculptures. The museum mainly focuses on works created between the 15th and 17th centuries, a time when Sardinia was under the rule of the Crown of Aragon and later Spain. Because of this, many of the artworks combine Italian traditions with strong Catalan and Spanish influences, creating a unique artistic style that you won't find in many other parts of Italy. One of the first things you'll notice is the collection of beautifully decorated altarpieces. These large wooden panels were once placed behind church altars and were designed to teach stories from the Bible at a time when many people couldn't read. Covered in brilliant colors and gold leaf, they were meant to inspire and impress worshippers. As you continue through the galleries, you'll also find sculptures carved from the wood and marble, religious statues, and detailed paintings of saints, the Virgin Mary, and scenes from the life of Christ. Every piece reflects the beliefs, craftsmanship, and culture of the people who lived on the island hundreds of years ago. This guy, I think, Giorgio Principale, tried to be kind of an Picasso, to be honest. Okay, it's art, it's art. We accept art, of course. And here it's a citadel. Inside the museum, you can also see a detailed model of the Citadel of Museums, showing how this historic complex was designed to preserve and showcase Sardinia's cultural treasures. As I told you before, guys, I absolutely love art. I'm the kind of person who could spend hours walking through a museum without getting bored. But I have to admit, modern art often isn't for me. It makes me a little sad to think about all the incredible masterpieces created hundreds of years ago and compare them with some contemporary works. Take this piece inspired by the 12 Apostles, for example. Despite its title, it isn't a traditional religious painting at all. I know art is subjective and everyone sees it differently, but personally, I find it difficult to connect with works like this. I guess I'm much more drawn to classical art where every brushstroke tells a story and reflects centuries of history and craftsmanship. After finishing our visit through the art collections, our journey around the Citadel of Museums wasn't over just yet. There was still one more museum waiting for us, the Carpet Museum. Luckily for us, it turned out to be a fairly quick stop because the exhibition was close to closing. Inside, we found a beautiful collection of traditional textiles and carpets, many of which come from different regions of Sardinia, showcasing the island's long waving tradition. There were also examples of decorative fabrics and craftsmanship influenced by other Mediterranean cultures, making it a fascinating glimpse into how textiles have played an important role in everyday life and local traditions. Even though it wasn't a very large exhibition, it was interesting to see the intricate patterns, vibrant colors, and the amount of work that goes into creating each piece by hand. It's one of those museums that you can explore fairly quickly while still appreciating the skill behind every woven design. With the of Museums behind us, we thought our day was finally over, but one last stop was waiting for us, and it quickly became the most traumatic experience of our entire trip. I'm alone at the Antonio Ligabue exhibition here in Cagliari. The guy was crazy. He had mental problems. Born in Zurich in 1899, Ligabue had a troubled childhood and experienced many difficulties throughout his life. He struggled with poverty, isolation, and serious mental health problems, which affected the way he interacted with the world around him. Because of his behavior, he was often rejected by society and spent time in psychiatric institutions. Ligabue's life was also marked by moments of instability. He became deeply attached to some people, and there are historical accounts describing episodes where he followed women he admired, behavior that reflected his difficulties with social relationships and emotional control. These actions contributed to the negative image many people had of him during his lifetime. Without formal training, Ligabue created powerful paintings filled with wild animals, dramatic landscapes, and intense self portraits. His tigers, lions, and other creatures were not just images of nature, they reflected his own emotions, fears, loneliness, and desire to belong. For many years, his art was ignored, but eventually critics recognized his unique talent. Today, Antonio Ligabue is remembered as one of Italy's greatest outsider artists, a man whose personal struggles and incredible imagination created a body of work that continues to fascinate people around the world. He was also very upset with motorbikes. Here we have movies after him and their different years. Him, the real him on a motorbike. Okay, sorry. Oh, ew. Okay. Eh, eh, yeah, so he was pretty much following women. Okay. Um, you know, um, the mother and his other three siblings died. My question is, did he do it or it was just because? Okay, so that was the museum. I'm going out. I want to go out. I didn't like this. I think it's the first museum I didn't like. I don't want to see it ever again. I don't want to meet with this artist.